Good day, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to join today's session. I am Nisha Ravi from Manage Engine, and I work for the ITSM suite of products over here. Today, we will focus on how you can integrate ServiceDesk Plus with OpManager and Site24x7 to bolster service resilience in your organization. Now, you might ask why this is important, right? While monitoring solutions can help you detect performance anomalies, when a major incident strikes, you must ensure that your IT team must have the right incident management capabilities so that they can move fast even before the incident makes or causes any damage to your business, right? So that's the key advantage that the integration brings to the table. Now that we have the context set, let's take a look at how the integration can help your organization. But before that, let me know if you can see my screen and if I am loud and clear to all of you. You can download the handouts for today's session from the left hand side. It contains a gist of the different capabilities that Service Desk Plus can help you with. Thank you. Thank you so much for sending in your confirmation. And without any further delay, let's quickly dive into the presentation. But before going ahead, we have a few housekeeping items, right? As all attendee lines are muted, you can post your questions using the questions panel available on the left hand side. After the webinar, we have a Q&A session during which our team will take up your questions one by one. In case you would like to revisit this discussion a little later, we will share the recording with you in the next few days. For any other information, you can write to me or to our team at hello@servicedeskplus.com. Now let's take a look at the agenda of the session. First, we will see how you can convert monitoring alerts into tickets in Service Desk Plus. Then, we will sync CIs and relationship details from these monitoring solutions with the CMDB in Service Desk Plus. Following this, we will find out how you can automate remedial actions from within the ticket itself, and we will dive deep into the AI powered incident management capabilities available in Service Desk Plus. On that note, let's have a quick overview of the three different solutions: Service Desk Plus, OpManager, and Site24x7. For those of you who are new, ServiceDesk Plus is the unified service management platform from Manage Engine, which can help organizations deliver smart and superior service experiences. Our ITSM solution comes loaded with key capabilities, be it high value AI designed for IT technicians, end users, and process owners to boost ITSM productivity. You can orchestrate service operations end to end with our workflow automation engines. You can gain a complete overview of your IT infrastructure from a single console. You can leverage extensive platform capabilities to digitize your workplace service delivery. And Service Desk Plus can act as a command center for your IT operations because you can take advantage of its rich integration ecosystem. Being certified as ITIL compatible for 14 ITSM practices, Service Desk Plus can help you implement industry standard best practices effortlessly, be it resolving incidents or fulfilling service requests, deploying changes, or even governing your IT assets. In addition to that, this is a quick snapshot of the different analyst recognitions we have achieved so far. We are Pink Verify certified for 7 ITSM processes, and we have also been recognized as a challenger fast mover in Giga Ohm Radar for IT incident response platforms. So, with that, let's take a look at the full stack observability solutions from Manage Engine. First up, we have OpManager, which is the on-premise version. With OpManager, organizations can gain a complete picture of their virtual, physical, and cloud network infrastructure. So, by doing this, they can gauge the performance of their network and identify the root cause to eliminate it. On the other hand, with Site24x7, which is the cloud version, they can monitor different IT components like the websites, the applications, servers, multi cloud environment, enable real user monitoring, and so on. Both these solutions come loaded with AI and ML capabilities, helping organizations optimize the performance of their digital environment. So now that we are familiar with all the three solutions, let's go ahead and find out how you can set up the integration between them. First up, we will explore how you can configure the integration between OpManager and ServiceDesk Plus on-premises. So taking you to ServiceDesk Plus on-premises, where I am logged in as the technician. From the setup page, as you scroll down under apps and add-ons, you can navigate to integrations, and under manage engine section, you will find OpManager. You can simply enable OpManager from here and provide the hosted URL of your OpManager application. To set up the integration from OpManager, simply navigate to OpManager, and from settings, you can jump over to general settings, and as you scroll down, you will find integrations. To configure the integration with ServiceDesk Plus on premises, you can provide the host URL and the port number associated with ServiceDesk Plus on premises and add in the technician key. Now, how can you obtain the technician key? Navigating to ServiceDesk Plus on premises, from user profile, you can generate the auth token, and this is the same exact technician key that you need to provide over here. With these details in place, you can enable the creation of new tickets whenever alarms are generated from OpManager. Apart from that, you can sync existing devices, newly discovered devices, and device relationships from OpManager to the CMDB in ServiceDesk Plus on premises by simply enabling the toggle switches, which will be indicated across these items that you see on your screen. So that's how you can enable the integration between OpManager and ServiceDesk Plus on premises. Next, let's explore how you can integrate Site24x7 with ServiceDesk Plus Cloud. To enable the integration, you can head over to Site24x7, and on the left hand pane, you will be able to find the admin section, from where you can navigate to third party integrations, and here is where you can enable the integration with ServiceDesk Plus Cloud. While enabling the integration, you can choose to receive alerts from Site24x7 as incidents in ServiceDesk Plus Cloud, and you can automate the process of request creation. To fetch additional context from the alerts generated in Site24x7, you can customize the request subject, map the required template over here, monitor, track the details of monitors based on your requirements, and track the monitor status changes also. And similar to the integration with OpManager, you can enable CMDB integration over here and choose to associate CIs with tickets in ServiceDesk Plus Cloud. Once the integration is enabled from Site24x7, you can head over to ServiceDesk Plus Cloud, where once again I am logged in as the technician, and from the setup page, while scrolling down, you can find integrations under apps and add-ons. As you head over to manage engine integrations, you can verify that Site24x7 has been enabled. Now, apart from the integration, You can also download the Site24x7 extension for ServiceDesk Plus Cloud from Manage Engine Marketplace. Simply head over to Manage Engine Marketplace, and here is where you can install the extension with just a single click. Now, once the extension is installed, coming back to ServiceDesk Plus Cloud, you can access extensions under Apps and Add-ons. Once you install the extension, you can establish the connection and provide the Site24x7 URL or update it based on your requirements. So that's how simple it is to enable both the integration as well as the extension between Site24x7 and Services Plus Cloud. So now we have seen how you can configure the integration between all the three solutions, right? So now it's time to understand the benefits of it. So let me take you through a scenario that's too familiar to all of us, right? Meet Zilker, which is a reputed international e-commerce brand which prides itself in providing seamless shopping experience. Now Zilker has set its eyes on a Cyber Monday sale, and they are expecting skyrocketing traffic, conversions, as well as revenue. But instead of having a smooth start, the sale lands Zilker in trouble. Why is that happening? Many of their customers experience sluggish application performance, leaving them extremely frustrated. Moreover, they are unable to access or log into their accounts, which leads to incomplete transactions and purchases. So, as a result, Zilker is facing hundreds of abandoned carts and extremely unhappy customers. So, what could have actually been a high performing sales day turned out to be a nightmare for Zilker, bringing them huge revenue loss and reputational damage. Certainly not a happy picture to paint, right? Now, why did Zilker face this situation in the first place? Since their IT teams missed out on crucial alerts, they were informed of this major incident only when they were faced with a flood of phone calls, emails, and social media alerts from extremely frustrated customers, leading to unnecessary delays in declaring this as a major incident. On top of that, they could not effectively triage their incoming tickets, and neither could they establish a standard line of communication. They lacked standard incident response playbooks, and neither could they discern the dependencies involved in their IT environment. They had to rely on multiple applications to initiate remedial actions. And finally, they could not identify what exactly caused this incident in the first place. So, this is a classic example of a chaotic incident response mechanism, right? Now, how can Zilker better tackle this situation? This is a simple framework that Zilker can use, which can be facilitated by integrating ServiceDesk Plus, OpManager, and Site24x7. With the integration in place, alerts from observability solutions can automatically be converted into tickets in ServiceDesk Plus. With that, they can take advantage of AI driven triaging capabilities and provide timely updates to different stakeholders with notification rules. Following this, they can enable collaboration by integrating with Microsoft Teams and enforce a standard operating procedure with life cycles and workflows. While troubleshooting the incident, they can sync CIs and relationships from the observability solutions with the CMDB in Service Desk Plus to understand the connections or dependencies involved. Then they can automate remedial actions from within the ticket itself instead of shifting between multiple windows. Once the incident is resolved, they can make use of the integrated problem management to identify the root cause and ensure a permanent fix for the scenario. So now let's find out how this would work in real time with all the three solutions working in tandem. To begin with, to detect the incident, let's assume that Zilker is monitoring their application with Site24x7 and they are monitoring their layer 2 devices like switches or routers using OpManager. Now, with the integration in place, alerts from these observability solutions would automatically be converted into tickets in ServiceDesk Plus, right? Now, let's see how such a ticket would look like from a technician's perspective. Taking you to the cloud version of ServiceDesk Plus, this is how such a ticket would look like, which fetches the complete context of the application performance issues from Site24x7. Moreover, from the Details tab, the technicians can understand the nitty gritty, be it the impact, the urgency, the priority, the CIs associated with the incident, and so on. Likewise, alerts from OpManager can also be converted into tickets in Services Plus on premises. Now, how would such a ticket look like to a technician? Navigating to Manage Engine Service Desk Plus on premises, I'm going to take you to the request module and scrolling down, we see that a ticket has been generated for an alarm that's associated with a switch, right? So by accessing the ticket from Services Plus on premises, Zilker's technicians can understand the health of their network devices, which is a switch in Zilker's case. Now, how can Zilker enable this from OpManager? Jumping to OpManager, from settings, Zilker can access notifications and head over to notification profile. While creating a new notification profile, they can make sure that they go with logging a ticket option. For now, I'm going to show you a notification profile that we already have for Zilker's use case. So while creating a notification profile, you can simply select the ITSM solution, which is Service Desk Plus in this case, and assign the required ticket parameters over here. Next, Zilker and your organization can select specific events for which tickets must be generated. Once that is done, this notification profile can be assigned to specific devices to meet various requirements. So that's how Zilker enabled alert to ticket conversion with OpManager. And by leveraging all the three combinations, they ensured proactive detection of incidents in their environment. Now, alerts have been converted into tickets in Service Desk Plus, right? But remember, Zilker's technicians had to face tickets of different types because their customers faced two different kinds of incidents. One was a sluggish application performance issue, and the other one being accessibility or login issues, right? So, how did Zilker gather contextual information for different kinds of incidents? Here is where Zilker leveraged custom templates in Service Desk Plus. Taking you back to Service Desk Plus Cloud, you can access custom templates under templates and forms. And let's head over to incident template to understand how Zilker can construct this. For now, I'm going to open a template that we have for Zilker's use case. As you can see over here, this is a simple drag and drop canvas where you can drag and drop either existing or new fields on the template or the canvas. And you can also arrange them neatly in an orderly fashion. Apart from that, you can collect contextual information from your end users. You can add tasks directly at the template level itself. You can make sure that technicians do not miss out on essential requirements by associating checklists. And you can make your forms dynamic by taking advantage of form rules. So, like I mentioned earlier, form rules are condition based actions that act on the form, and this would help your organization as well as Zilker to collect the right information at the right time from end users without burdening them with field heavy forms. As you can see, Zilker wants to showcase a specific field only when this condition is satisfied. So this makes the form very intuitive and user friendly, right? So that's how Zilker ensured contextual information collection. Now, we saw how Zilker's service desk was flooded with thousands of tickets, right? In that case, the next step is to triage these tickets effectively and assign them to the right technician. Here is where they can leverage the predictive AI capabilities of Zia, which is our very own AI assistant. So let's take a closer look at that. Taking you to ServiceDesk Plus Cloud. This is one such ticket that Zilker's technician is working on, right? So from the details tab, if you scroll down and see, we see that Zia is coming up with top recommendations to uh, to assign specific ticket parameters, be it the category, the subcategory, the item, or even the priority and even the template of the ticket. So now that the ticket has been triaged, the next step would be for Zilker to assign the ticket to the right technician group as well as the technician, right? Here also, Zilker can leverage Zia's predictive capabilities, where once again, Zia provides smart recommendations for assigning or routing the ticket to the right technician group as well as an expert technician. So, this way, Zilker need not expend disproportionate manual effort. Zia will take care of the grunt, and Zilker's technicians can focus on high value work. Now, how did Zilker enable this from the backend? Once again, heading over to setup, scrolling down, you can access artificial intelligence under Zia. So here is where you can enable the different predictive AI capabilities and apply those predictions using the toggle switches visible on the right hand side. Apart from the different parameters that I mentioned earlier, Zilker can identify potential problems in their network by leveraging Zia's predictive AI capabilities. Now, how would that look like? I'm going to show you a notification where Zia has detected potential problems in Zilker's network by clustering similar incidents in their environment. Now, all the incidents can be selected at a single go and they can be associated with existing problems or a new problem can be created from scratch. So that's how Zilker was able to identify potential problems in their environment. We will see how problem management works in Service Desk Plus a little later. Now, let's understand the other AI capabilities involved. We saw how Zilker's customers were extremely unhappy, right? Now, Zilker's technicians can ensure that they serve their customers better by understanding the sentiment of their customers. For this, they can employ sentiment analysis. Now, let's assume that this is one such ticket that Zilker's technicians are working on, right? So, as I scroll down, you can see that they can keep tabs on the sentiment across different conversations present in the entire thread, right? Not only that, they can track the overall sentiment score right over here and classify this as positive, neutral, or even negative. So, this would help Zilker tailor better communication patterns with their customers, right? And to further fast track incident resolution, instead of going through the entire conversation thread, Zilker's technicians can access the conversation summary right at the top, which means they would have precise information right at their fingertips. All right. So we have seen how Zilker can leverage AI-driven triaging mechanisms, right? Apart from this, they can also employ other smart automations. So what would they be? Heading over to automation under setup, Zilker can take advantage of business rules. So let me quickly show you a business rule that we have configured for Zilker's use case. So once again, jumping to business rules under automations. Business rules are condition based automations that would help Zilker perform specific actions like updating ticket parameters on their incoming tickets, right? So, as you can see over here, Zilker has categorized their incoming tickets for application issues based on the subject of the ticket. There is another automation that can help Zilker, which would be technician auto assign. By enabling technician auto assign, Zilker can assign the incoming tickets to specific technicians based on different assignment models. Those would be the round robin method, load balancing method, or they can even employ the AI capabilities which we saw earlier. So that's how Zilker was able to leverage the AI driven capabilities to triage their tickets and assign them to the right experts. Now, with triaging and assignment taken care of, the next step would be to enable collaboration, right? By integrating ServiceDesk Plus Cloud with Microsoft Teams, Zilker can now post real time updates within the Teams channel to provide real-time updates or notifications for as the incident management process progresses. So this would help them build a virtual war room and facilitate better collaboration. On top of that, Zilker's technicians can access Service Desk Plus right within Microsoft Teams, ensuring that they start working on the incident right away. Now let's take a look at the workflow. So now Zilker has pulled in the right teams together, right? So the next step would be to enforce a standard operating procedure. Here is where they can capitalize on visual life cycles and workflows. Now, how would Zilker capitalize on this? So, how would these mechanisms help Zilker? Taking you back to the ticket workspace. Now, if you notice, two buttons are visible on the top of the ticket, right? These buttons are called transitions. With transitions, Zilker can ensure that they guide their technicians to perform the right actions at the right time throughout incident management process. These transitions would help Zilker's technicians perform the right actions, right? Now, what drives these transitions? These transitions are enabled by request lifecycle. Now, how can Zilker construct request lifecycle? To show you this, I'm going to head over to setup and under automations, I'm going to jump to life cycles. Now, I'm going to show you a life cycle that we have created for Zilker's use case, right? Now, life cycles are a visual map which would map the entire journey of the ticket from the start till the end, and this can be constructed on a simple drag and drop canvas. The white boxes that you see over here are the ticket statuses, and the green boxes are the transitions. So, these are the transitions that are visible on top of the ticket workspace, right? So, taking you back to request lifecycle, every transition can be broken down into three different phases: the before, during, and after phase. In the before phase, Zilker can set the Zilker can ensure that the transition appears only when certain conditions are matched, and they can also determine who can access this transition. In the during phase, they can ensure proper information collection. And in the after phase, they can automate a variety of actions, be it sending out the notification or creating tasks. Now, if Zilker wants to automate incident management while providing their technicians manual touch points to control the direction, that can be achieved with request lifecycle. But if Zilker wants to automate the entire incident management end to end, they can leverage workflows. Now, I'm going to take you to a ticket that is driven by workflows in ServiceDesk Plus. So, this is how a workflow would look like, where Zilker can track the entire incident from the start till the end and automate a variety of actions at various points. The green lines that you see over here trace the path taken by the workflow, and the orange lines indicate where the workflow is currently at. Now, how can Zilker construct these detailed workflows? Once again, taking you back to setup, under automation, you can access workflows. So here is one such workflow that can help Zilker. As you can see, this is a simple drag and drop canvas where you can add different kinds of nodes. The flow node would help Zilker track the status of the ticket, and with the condition nodes, Zilker can incorporate conditions within their workflows. With the action nodes, they can automate a variety of actions, be it sending out the notification or creating a task or performing a periodic or timely actions, a lot more. They can also incorporate workflow orchestration engines as a part of this workflow, and that is powered by Zoho Circuit. They can create multi-directional paths within the workflow with the help of branch nodes. So we can see how extensible workflows are, right? Which means these can be tailored based on every organization's unique requirements. So for now, let's quickly head back to the ticket workspace and find out how request lifecycle can be leveraged to standardize or streamline incident management. Now, based on the preliminary analysis, Zilker's technicians have identified this to be a major incident. By simply clicking on the transition, they can ensure proper information collection, and only then will the ticket move on to the next status. As you can see on the right hand side, the ticket has now moved on to the analysis status. Now let's head back to the workflow and see where we are. During analysis stage, Zilker must identify the different dependencies involved, right? So here is where the integration between ServiceDesk Plus, OpManager, and Site24x7 would once again come into the picture. How does that happen? Taking you back to the ticket workspace. Here, you can see that Zilker can track the CIs associated with the ticket right from the ticket workspace, right? And this would give them an updated, accurate view of the IT infrastructure, the dependencies involved with the Zilker application, right? Now, this would enable them to perform impact analysis and fast track decision making. So, how did Zilker achieve this? Now, before we proceed, let's once again revisit what Zilker is exactly doing. Zilker is monitoring their application with Site24x7, and they are monitoring their layer 2 devices like switches using OpManager, right? So let's see how they are discovering dependencies of their application from Site24x7 and mapping those details in ServiceDesk Plus Cloud. Heading over to Site24x7 and jumping to APM. This is the application that they are monitoring using Site24x7, right? So navigating to the service map, we see that Zilker can track the different dependencies involved with their application from service map. Now let's see whether this is reflected in ServiceDesk Plus Cloud. Heading over to the CMDB module in ServiceDesk Plus Cloud, we see that different CIs have been synced from Site24x7 with the CMDB in ServiceDesk Plus Cloud, and that is indicated by the Site24x7 icon right over there. Once these CIs are in place, I'm going to access the Zilker application CI and navigate to relationship maps. Now, you can see that the different interconnections associated with Zilker application have also been updated in ServiceDesk Plus Cloud, right? So not only that, Zilker can keep track of the different requests, problems, changes, and the other ITSM practices which are tied together with the CIs in Zilker's environment. So that's how they can convert service maps in Site24x7 into relationship maps in ServiceDesk Plus Cloud. Apart from service maps, they can also trace the infrastructure maps, the parent-child dependencies, and layer 2 maps. Now, let's see how Zilker is able to analyze its layer 2 topology. So quickly heading over to Manage Engine OpManager, I'm going to jump to the map section, and we see that Zilker is tracking their layer 2 topology within Manage Engine OpManager, right? And this is the switch that we referred to earlier. Now let's see whether this is captured in ServiceDesk Plus on-premises. Quickly jumping to ServiceDesk Plus on-premises, I'm going to head over to the CMDB module, and I'm going to search for a specific CI, which is a switch, right? So it's going to be a HP switch, and let's find out whether the dependencies are reflected. So as you can see, CIs from Manage Engine Op Manager are reflected in ServiceDesk Plus on-premises. Navigating to the details of the CI, let's take a look at the relationship map, and we see that Zilker can access the relationship details as well. So this is how ServiceDesk Plus acts as a platform and enables Zilker gain a clear overview of their IT infrastructure from within a single console without shifting between multiple applications. So now let's head back to the ticket workspace and see where we are. So now the analysis is done by understanding the dependencies involved, right? The next step would be to initiate communication process throughout the incident. Now, how can Zilker facilitate that? Here, Zilker can publish organization-wide announcements using prominent announcement banners within ServiceDesk Plus. Also, if Zilker's technicians want to communicate with their end users, they can leverage the reply assistant feature. Coming back to one such ticket that Zilker's technicians are handling, from the Conversations tab, they can make use of the reply assist capability of ZIA, which is a Gen AI capability powered by ChatGPT. So let's assume that they would like to convey that their team is working on the incident, right? Now, after providing a simple prompt, they can quickly generate contextual responses, refine their responses, simply copy the content, and go ahead to reply back to their end users. Now, how can you enable ChatGPT integration? By simply heading over to the setup page, and you can access integrations under apps and add-ons. Now, under third-party integrations, as you scroll down, you can enable ChatGPT integration from here, And these are the other capabilities that ChatGPT integration can a chat GPT integration facilitates. So these could be solution generation or accessing external knowledge base through the chat GPT action and a lot more. Now, apart from these two capabilities, Zilker can ensure that timely updates are sent to different stakeholders by leveraging notification rules. Now, how can you access notification rules? By heading over to automation, scrolling down, you can find notification rules. And with this automation, Zilker can send out the right information at the right time throughout the entire ticket lifecycle to various stakeholders, be it requesters or even technicians. These notifications can be sent in the form of email, SMS, or even push notifications, or even within Microsoft Teams. They can also customize the template to provide the subject as well as the right message. Now, coming back to the workflow, Zilker has enabled incident communication, right? And the next step would be to remediate the incident. Here, instead of instead of juggling between multiple applications at once, they can initiate the remedial action right from within the ticket itself. So let's see how that would work. Going back to the ticket workspace, we have seen how the communication and triage is done, right? So the next step would be to remediate it. Here, if you see on the top of the ticket workspace, Zilker can access a variety of IT automations, right? These are powered by the Site24x7 extension for ServiceDesk Plus Cloud, where Zilker can access all the IT automation templates available in Site24x7 and map them here based on their requirements. So now Zilker aims to restart their database server to troubleshoot this incident. So let us choose to execute an IT automation, and I'm going to choose a contextual action from here, which is going to be rebooting their server. Once the automation is executed successfully, a note will be added within the conversations tab to help Zilker's technicians understand the status or the success of the automation. Now, how can this be enabled from Site24x7? Navigating to Site24x7, this is the application being monitored by Site24x7, right? While editing the details of the monitor, you will be able to map the IT automation right over here. So that's how Zilker was able to automate the remedial actions right from the ticket workspace. Now let's see what else happens. Once the remediation is done, Zilker can go ahead and capture the resolution for the incident and go ahead and close it. Once the incident is closed, they can generate a post-incident review. Now, this is powered by the post-incident review extension, which is once again available on Manage Engine Marketplace. Now, I'm going to choose to generate a post-incident review. Now, this would usually take a couple of seconds. And as you can see, the post-incident review extension helps Zilker capture detailed information right from the symptoms, the root cause, and the steps taken to address this incident. They can simply add this post-incident review to notes, and they can access this from the conversations tab. So this would save a lot of time and effort for Zilker's technicians, right? And they could do ahead with the bureaucratic overheads and just focus on what really matters the most. Now, once the incident has been closed, the next step is to identify the root cause of it, right? So here is where problem management steps in. So let's understand how problem management works in ServiceDesk Plus. Taking you back to the ticket workspace, The next step would be to initiate the root cause analysis, right? So with just a single click of a button, a problem ticket would be created, and that would be associated with the incident ticket that Zilker's technicians are working on. Now, if you see, a problem ticket has been created automatically and that has been linked with the incident, right? Now, I'm going to take you to the problem management module to understand this scenario better. This is one such problem ticket, right? So, heading into the problem ticket, Zilker's technicians can gain a complete overview of the problem from the details tab, and they can streamline their efforts with problem lifecycle, which is again similar to request lifecycle. The first step would be to analyze the problem at hand, right? Now, navigating to the analysis tab, they can capture different details like the impact, the root cause, as well as the symptoms. So, this would act as a single system of record, right? Now, if they would like to save their time and effort, they can make use of the text assist capability of Zia, which is once again powered by ChatGPT. All they have to do is provide a simple prompt and generate a contextual response, which is facilitated by this integration. Now, the next step would be to initiate the root cause analysis, right? Now, as they dig into the different dependencies and they find out the root cause, they can document it over here. And once the RCA is complete, they can go ahead, mark this as a success, and close it. So that's how they were able to leverage problem management, identify the root cause, and ensure a permanent fix for this scenario. Let's take a quick recap of what we saw today. First, we saw how you can convert monitoring alerts into tickets in ServiceDesk Plus, and then we saw how you can sync CIs and relationship details with the CMDB in ServiceDesk Plus. Moving forward, we saw how you can automate remedial actions from within the ticket itself, and we also explored the AI driven incident management capabilities of ServiceDesk Plus. If you have any questions for us, please drop them in the Q&A panel available on the left hand side. Our team is here with us and they will be answering your questions right now. Meanwhile, this is to give you more information on the enterprise edition, right? So the capabilities that we have showcased today are based on the enterprise edition. If you would like to explore how the enterprise edition would help you meet your business requirements, you can always write to us at the email IDs that are given on your screen. Thank you so much for taking the time to join today's session. I hope you found it interesting and useful. Thank you.